Hello, welcome to the next edition of Life in the Flat Lane, episode 9, I think. Getting close to double figures, something like that. Anyway, some of you may have noticed if you've seen an update on my Facebook page that I now have a Richter scale, arts and crafts from my wife there, bless her. I think that's quite amazing, and we're on a 5, so I can have that sat somewhere at the moment. It's not going to sit in shot unless it was to cover my face. I'm sure you'll all be happy with that. I've got to be honest. But awesome! Hey, arts and crafty wife, amazing. So what have we got update from since last Saturday, late Saturday evening, stroke Sunday morning when I did last one? We had last game of the hockey season on Sunday. Unfortunately, the Panthers lost, but we still end up third because what a shame Sheffield lost as well. So we still end up being third with Cardiff coming second. So we've got a nice double header against Manchester next Saturday, Sunday. And after the feistiness of last Saturday's game, that's going to be really good fun for those that are going. And wifey is going with a couple of friends. I'm not going to go for the away match because I can't do the away and the home back to back like that. But going for the home one on Sunday, and hopefully we can round that off and get ourselves to the playoff finals the week after. And then that's the end of the hockey season, which is a bit devastating. We had fun. Wheelchair, if anybody's seen the photo that's been put up. So we parked up. We went for the Cross Keys for Sunday lunch, which is what we like to do if we're playing on a Sunday. And I gets in the chair, starts pushing, and it didn't just rain. It was hailstones. Absolute hailstones. And my driver didn't have a coat. Looked like an absolute drowned rat, and you got there, didn't you?
I couldn't see anything. I
Couldn't,
was
pushing uphill, slanted, couldn't see anything. I got quite wet, so it's quite not no experience getting wet, but no experience traversing the thing of Nottingham in hailstones. So it's all about the timing, and it wasn't the best timing at all, unfortunately, for that one. But we had a lovely Sunday lunch, and it nice and sunny on the way back out. It's like it literally like what hail. You come out and like that thing. What you're talking about, bad weather. This is brilliant sunshine. It's so light. So yeah, that was the fun and games and shenanigans on Sunday. But after we'd had the Sunday lunch, I had a nice roast beef dinner with some cabbage and a few other vegetables. And like anybody else, when you have cabbage, it tends to give you a bit of wind. Now, when I'm in the wheelchair, if I fart, I tell the missus I'm just giving her an extra boost. So I farted while we were outside before we set off, and she turned around and she just went, "Oh, so you're a self-charging self-charging hybrid because I can recharge my own farts." There we go. And I thought that just we both howled a lot with that one, didn't we? To be fair. And I've had beans and sausage tonight, so proper self-charging hybrid tonight, dear.
I don't need your power tonight.
She's been out to watch Chris Causland with her mum. We had some horrible news, unfortunately, on Sunday, as Amy's other granddad, Eric, unfortunately passed away just after midday on Sunday. So the highs at the hockey were tempered down quite a lot by the low of that. It's not that it wasn't expected; it's just how fast it happened. The decline was incredibly fast after the perking up from the Friday and the Saturday. So at the moment, she's lost both grandparents in the space of a month.
Exactly 7 weeks.
Okay, sorry, 7 weeks was it? Yeah. And one of the first things she said, "What is it with old men and popping their clogs on a Sunday hockey day?" So I need to make sure I don't go to hockey on a Sunday, or she's with me constantly monitoring me. One of the two. I'm not quite sure which. So yeah, that was a massive downer, and needless to say, mother-in-law has lost her dad. So it's a big heartfelt condolences to the both of them. And it's another not a very pleasant time. Doesn't rain, but it pours in certain circumstances for certain people, and it's just horrible, absolutely horrible. So yeah, Easter Monday, I did start my egg. Finally, somebody who cheated now had yours early. I started mine. I haven't finished it yet. So I've got some of that to go, and I've got some nice dairy milk chocolate to go with that. Um, I had my welfare call with work. This is the 90-day one because I've been off now for 90 days. So I gave them an update. At the moment, we're going on to the redeployment register. Now, considering it's 3 weeks before I see anybody face to face to sort of like organise any kind of treatment, then it's going to be a bit difficult at the moment. But that's the way it is. So that's where we are with that one at the moment. It was a positive meeting, to be fair. They were completely understanding, and they get exactly where everybody's coming from, and they know what I've always been open and honest with everything that's gone on, updated them on all appointments, and they fully understood where the fact that I've got to reduce the pain medication because of the COPD medication. The first thing he cottoned on to was surely that's going to increase your pain. Yes, but we need to stop the COPD to get the COPD sorted out, because that's the cough that caused all this to kick off in the first place. And the fact that I've had it for so long, initially started with after 8.5 years in the army when I was first diagnosed. I'd had a very extensive military career and did 12 years in total. And I had to leave because the damage that was done to my back, at which they admitted that they'd done the liability for it. So, yep, that was where it all came from initially. It was a very active military career. And then when I worked on the railway after that for about 10 years or so, unfortunately that aggravated it again and caused the flare up back in 2010. So now we can see in a few weeks what's going on. So yeah, positive meeting from that today. We'll just see where we are now. Got to register, and there's special rules to go with this redeployment thing, and what I've got to do: monitor my emails left, right, and centre, and see what becomes available. It is trust wide, so it's not just limited to one particular area. It's right across the trust. Positions that become available. So we'll see what comes up, and see whether there's anything that I can possibly do. And also there's a couple of areas that I gave them pointers for, because I was shortlisted for an interview at the beginning of the year. Should have had an interview on the 15th of January for a training position, but unfortunately I had to withdraw from that because I knew that there was no way that I could go for that particular interview and give it what I needed to do to be able to make myself employable for that particular role in the position I was in. So it made sense to withdraw that application at the time. The annoying fact was that they re-advertised the post again a month later, and I was hoping that by that point I would have, if that did happen, I would have been sorted by then, but fate has taken a different turn. So if something becomes available in that area, or another area that we looked at as potential for resourcing, so we had a look at that. So giving them some ideas as well. They're going to keep their eyes open for me and give me a heads up if they get wind of anything that comes up. So we'll see where that goes. Weather's needless to say, has been fantastic. I'm absolutely loving the fact that we've got this lovely bright sunshine, because I don't have to put socks on. It's amazing. I love the hot weather because it's flip-flop weather and you don't need socks with flip-flops. So that's brilliant. Went out for a meal last night with old man, and he very kindly took us out to say thank you for helping him with his move last year. We brought the mother-in-law along, who was having banter with the waiter about nuts and ice cream, and then about hazelnuts and cannibalism, because her first name is Hazel. And the waiter agreed with me, that's cannibalism because she wanted hazelnuts. But then it got way out of hand with the fact nuts and ice cream and how many scoops. But no, it was a really good meal, really, really good meal. We had a really nice time, good laugh. Then when we got back to his house, he's got a little gadget on his toilet, hasn't he? Which it's the bidet thing, and he was trying to describe it, and he said it's got a little picture of a bum, and you press that, and there's another picture with an exclamation mark at the side of it, and then there's another one with something else on the other side. So the one with the bum, needless to say, from a bidet point of view, that squirts one place. The one with the exclamation part of it, if you're male, it's a ball tickler. If you're female, it's not. It cleans your tash. and of course, they had to try it. Both the wife and the mother-in-law had to try that device when we got back to his place. They were absolutely adamant they were having it. And the laughter that came out of the bathroom when they went in separately and both of them tried it, and the sounds, and it wasn't just the laughter, it was the cackling that came with it as well. It was, honest to God, it was crazy. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was so funny. Yeah, I haven't tried it. And I did say to him, I said, it was one of those things when I've been round to his house. I said, it's not a device I would see because I haven't sat down on his toilet. It's not. It's one actually you would see more when you stand up because it's right next to it. It's actually attached to the side. Yeah, no, I hadn't seen that at all. So pay attention to my surroundings. Military training kicked in there, didn't it? Not. Didn't even spot that at all. So that was quite a lot of mirth and merriment last night, and innuendo left, right, and centre, which just was not needed. But it was a good laugh, and that, I think that was needed, to be fair. I don't think there's much else, is there really? Anything else exciting happened? No, no, just the yeah, self-charging hybrid, which was caused us to laugh way too hard, way too hard on that one. Yeah, horizontal. On the wife not able to see anything when she's pushing me up a hill. Nottingham it's better to go in a wheelchair on the roads in Nottingham than it is on the pavement. There's a slope. The cobbles, Gordon Bennett, they cause your teeth to chatter quite a lot. It's like an absolute night. It's a dentist's dream. Yeah. So yeah, that's all we've got for you. I hope everybody had a good Easter, and we'll see how this week goes. And I'll probably catch up with you all probably at the weekend. Thanks very much. Bye bye.